Well, let me show you. First of all, what I got here, painted glass, as you can see, and a heat gun. And I recommend you use putty knives in this operation, but I don't have a good putty knife, so I'm using my screwdriver. And what I have here is I separated this. See this painted glass? It's sheet glass, you know, very brittle, but it's still intact. And I have two more windows here from I garbage picked those from somebody on the road was throwing them out. And what they are, as I should have said beforehand, they are sliding glass doors that were formerly they were sealed for you know, double pane glass to help with the R value of the house, insulation and so forth. Well, these for the reasons that are obvious, they were compromised and they started sweating inside, which happens. It's just inevitable. At some point or another, these things will start to sweat inside, and they look horrible. And the woman of the house says, "Oh, you know, we got to get rid of these things, buy new ones." So I got these for nothing. And what I'm doing is I'm taking them apart. And we got this one here I showed you before. This one came off of here. And you see the gunk here, the caulking. And what I'm doing is removing the separating material, which in this case happens to be aluminum. It's kind of like a channel, aluminum channel. And we got an example here. Let me set it down here. Here's an example of the aluminum, here's an example of the aluminum channel that was up in here, and they are stuck together with these little L-shaped things. They got little teeth on them, like that. And this is all very well, it's all pretty well, you can take these apart and clean them up and use them for whatever reason you want to, or if you can remove all of this old caulking, you can re-caulk these. And these things might even be available, and I'm going to seriously look at it because I want to put at least two of these in my kitchen to allow the southern sun to come into my kitchen so that it will warm the floor in the wintertime, and it will reduce my heating cost. So what you have here is a really good way to recycle thrown out windows and so forth. But if you do it carefully, and if you got a nice light hand on it, you can warm. That's just why I'm using the heat gun. You can warm the aluminum and gently pry up the whole thing without bending it if you want to redo it, and the caulk will warm up and loosen so that you can pry it up. And as you can see, I've done 3 already, and I showed you the one aluminum channel, and I did all that. See, all of that. It took me probably the better part of half an hour. How's that? And once you get the technique down, and I'm sure there's others out there that can show you better techniques than me, but this is what I accomplished in about a half an hour's time. I was able to take apart a sliding glass door. Actually, no. I took the sliding glass door itself apart this summer. And there's the frame for one of the sliding glass doors, and I carefully removed one of the panes on the other. When I picked this up, it didn't have the sliding door on it. All it had was as you can see, the pieces, the plastic piece that's still in it. It didn't have the sliding door. It only had the stationary door. But I plan on taking apart the door that I have in my house. That double pane there, that sliding glass door, that's really sick. As you can see, there's really a lot of stain going on in them doors, and they look horrible. But as long as that glass isn't sick, if it doesn't have the the mineralized inclusions in the glass itself, I can actually take that apart like I did with the other ones downstairs and clean them up and put them back together again. Now, they will not have the R value that they had in the time when they were new, but I'm not looking for that because I heat with wood, and frankly, anybody that's heated with wood can tell you need fresh air when you heat with wood, especially dry, intense heat like this. You need fresh air coming into your house to replenish the moisture in the air. So I'm not concerned with R value so much as solar energy coming in through the kitchen windows in the summer and in the winter time and warming the floor. You can walk around inside with a t-shirt and bare feet in the dead of winter, as long as you got a good fire going. So this system, you really can't beat it. If you got the time to invest, you can take these apart, clean them up, put them together again, and use them for a number of different projects. So if I decide to put these back together again, I'll show you how I do that in another video here. So call this Rejuvenating Sliding Glass Doors Part 1. Thanks.